Hello, Laura Donnelly here from Dancing with Ease, Body Brain Balance, and is another issue of the healing path. And I'm very excited today to share with you the ideas from my friend Amina. She writes and she thinks and she brings new ideas and new ways of looking at old ideas. So we're going to just share about that. If you've never been here before, these are informal conversations. And my guest and I, we just talk and think about ideas and share ideas. You're welcome to comment. And if you give StreamYard permission to show your comments, they'll pop up and we can answer them right then. If you just want to comment, hello, Donna, Louisa, it's nice to see you. And okay, I can't say Vaseline, I can't say your name, but it's great to see you here. So I will be bringing Amina onto the broadcast in just a second. And again, if you have questions, feel free to type them in, or if you want to share and add to a comment about words, about using words, about language, we would love to hear from you. So here comes Amina, and she'll share a little bit about her life and how she developed this wonderful focus on words.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Laura. Honored to be here.
It's so good to see you. I'm so glad you could.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here too. Thank you for your invitation.
Yes.
Well, okay. I'm Amina from Morocco. I'm a wife and a mother of two, a daughter and a son. Well, I was an instructor and taught for many years, but then I just wanted to take an early retirement to start something different. So I started a real estate business. It's a seasonal real estate business. Okay, so but now I have enough time to devote for my passion, and my passion is writing.
That's wonderful.
Thank you. Well, well, first of all, it's important to know that I'm an introvert and an empath. So this really makes me a little bit different from other people. I enjoy time alone. I enjoy silence. So I found in writing like an outlet where I can pour, you know, all my inner, the things that I wanted to say and that I couldn't tell people. I pour this into my writing. Well, I'm going to tell a little bit about my history as a child. When I was about 5, I remember I came from a very large family of 11.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and of course, it was always busy around home. So I was kind of normal, I used to play with the other children and so on. But there comes a time where I wanted to be alone. I used to run upstairs, locked myself in, and of course, I could hear everybody looking for me. Where is she? Where is she? But I was just there sitting as if I wanted to recharge. I remember nobody understood me at the time. My mother thought, well, do you have a problem? Maybe we need to see a doctor or something.
Oh,
Yeah, but then later when I grew up, and of course I went to school, so I had to study, so I locked myself in, so I had the excuse to be with myself, and by myself, and then later, they got used to that. But there's always a need for this alone time. This alone time for me is just sitting, closing my eyes, and I don't know, maybe I feel that like transcending to another world. Well, but writing has really helped me to kind of express all my feelings and so on. Now, as far as the writing is concerned, I started writing in 2012. Normally, I was on LinkedIn since 2012. At that time, I was just writing articles, and they were kind of varied articles. And I remember I didn't post on a regular basis. I posted once in a while. But once I took my early retirement, I had enough time to devote for writing. Now, there is something interesting about that, is that I actually, normally I try to write at night, meaning in the evening, but it just didn't, it just doesn't work for me. Whenever I sit down, I say, well, I'm going to write something. Everything, it went blank. I can't think of anything. So I thought maybe, and of course, because it's busy, not really that busy, because I'm home. I'm just me and my husband. My children are not at home now, but still, I just can't concentrate. But then I decided to try and get up early, and it suits me really well. I actually get up every single day at 5 a.m. or 5:30.
Oh, wow.
So I love that time. When the day starts to break, it's total silence. It's just me. It's just what I love. So I take that moment, like about 5 minutes or so. I just close my eyes and, meditate, but in silence. And do some breathing exercises and so on. And then after that 5 minutes, I don't do anything at all. I just sit down and look at the wall or just think. And then, believe me, I get some downloads every single day. I just, some ideas just pop up, in my mind. I'm really kind of surprised to say, how come? Well, I've been thinking about this yesterday, but nothing comes to mind. And of course, when the idea comes, I just write it down immediately, and then I'll try to brainstorm and mind map and see what I can add, what I can write, and then everything flows. It's amazing, but maybe it's the magic of silence. That's the magic of silence.
Or actually, what I think you describe is making yourself available
Yeah.
to hear the ideas, to capture the information and the words. And I like to write in the morning too, kind of that time between waking up and being awake. It's a little different time. And so in that quiet space, a lot of times I have lots of ideas, and sometimes too many ideas to capture, and I just put them in my notes folder in my on my phone sometimes, or on my computer, so that I just have sets of ideas, so that at a time, like you were saying, you might need to write something and nothing comes up, but then you look at other things that came up other times that were good ideas that you didn't explore yet. One of the things, we have a lot of people coming in saying hi, and so we're so glad that you are listening and watching. One of the things I really love about the essays that you put on LinkedIn is that you have beautiful quotes that relate to your central idea, that they might not really they're more like branches on a tree. That's how I think of them. And they add more depth, more information, another point of view of the idea.
Yeah, thank you.
And so for yourself, have you used writing and words to change how you relate to the world, to move through a question you might have, a change in your life? Like when you were thinking about doing the early retirement, did you do a lot of writing about what you might do or what you wanted to do?
Exactly. This is that's the aim of writing for me. When I write, I always, what I write, I learn from what I write myself. When ideas flood, when I start writing, sometimes I write and say, well, this is a good idea. It just comes to mind, but then you say, well, I can benefit from it myself. And of course, at the same time, it can benefit other people. It's Actually, it's amazing how much wisdom you can get when you let go of all the negative thoughts, all the worries in your mind, and tap into your soul. So, this is it. For me, it's really tapping into my soul, and listening to my heart. So, I feel that all the inspiration comes actually from my soul, you know and that period, or that lapse of time where I am in total silence, I'm open. It's like a world of imagination opens up to me. So it's amazing. I think it has to do with the intuition. And of course, as an introvert and empath, I'm very intuitive. So it's all in a way related. So what I write, it's not only beneficial, or, well, let's say not beneficial, but it makes people think. It makes people reflect, and it makes me reflect myself, even if I write these things, because as I said, when I get those downloads, ideas just flow and I write. But I think maybe when people read my posts, they reflect on them. They get different perspective. So it's a two-way street here.
It is, and a lot of the people are commenting that they love reading your posts and that they they look forward to good. Somebody said, great food for thought, which is what I noticed too on the comments from your posts, is that the way you write your post is like an invitation to join the conversation.
Yeah.
And people add ideas. They share experiences that your thoughts and ideas reminded them of. And my friend Tom is here, and one of the things he often says is, how does it get any better than this?
Oh.
And I love that. And part of that is this positive idea that, this positive energy. So even sometimes, I know I've read your posts and it's been a very serious topic, maybe a topic that people would think of as heavy or
Yeah.
challenging to think about. But somehow, and this is what I really liked about, how words can help things change, is you can just kind of open the door. And the other thing about words, which is really wonderful for people that are empathetic, then perhaps introverted, even people who are extroverted, having words and thinking before you write gives you a chance to expand your ideas.
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes, I know myself, I get so excited about an idea.
Yeah.
That I talk fast, I just interrupt and everything. And when you read something, you have time to absorb it.
Yeah.
And even sometimes I just put down, this is very interesting. I'll come back and comment after I've had time to think about it or time to digest it, because I think words move through us.
They do.
And they change us. And if we we can have like an idea about a word and be really hard about that word, but somebody else can say, oh, I think of this word a different way, and suddenly the whole word opens up, and the whole experience you have around it. Oh, like a word for me, like judgment. I just really don't like that word.
Yeah, nobody does. I don't
and,
either.
and so sometimes I talk with my students about it, and And we have come to the idea of this word discernment,
Mm-hmm.
which is, it's not that you accept everything, but you explore everything with curiosity, and then you choose. And so do you write for yourself every day? Do you post on LinkedIn every day? I think if I don't have your link to LinkedIn, I think I have your LinkedIn link in the description, but if not, I will put it in the comments so people can find your daily posts and join the conversation, which is really most of the fun, I think.
Thank you. Well, what I want to say is that the problem with meaning, I really look for ideas that are thought-provoking, that inspire people, not just inspire people, but incite them to join the conversation and add, as you said, like, for example, maybe even while I was writing, I didn't had that the way. I mean, a new approach, a new look to that post. So when people sometimes comment, they say, oh, that's a great idea. Maybe, yeah, I like this is the aim of writing, actually. But the thing is, sometimes I feel that most people are in a rush. They want fast things. They don't have time to read and give time to the post and try to reflect and and share their thoughts. They just write, and this that's nice or interesting or whatever. But I think maybe we're living in a time where everything has to be fast, everything. But still, I know that there are some people who still give time to things. I mean, you give time to read, take time to read things and reflect and respond, you know. So I guess maybe this is due to the a lot. There are so much content on LinkedIn, so people cannot really stop and comment or take time to read every single post. Well, but still, I stick to this trend. I don't want to write short stuff. Sometimes it comes to me, say, well, maybe I need to shorten it a little bit so that people can, read it and reflect on it. But then I said, well, if I do so, it's not just me. I don't want to do that.
Well, I also, like, if I start writing on an idea, for me, it seems that the idea has a frame for
Yeah.
itself, a number of sentences, or
Mhm.
a number of, or it goes in a direction and then it has a question and it goes in another direction.
Mhm.
And then it if I really listen to the words, they have a form.
Yeah.
And I don't have to worry about making it into a 3 paragraphs and a question, or, I just don't have to think about that.
Mhm.
And someone else says that your posts are an invitation to join, reflect, and share. And I think partly you also invite us to join a little bit of a different time,
Mhm.
to join and reflect and take the time to reflect,
Mhm.
and the time to, I have to digest ideas. For me, it's like the idea comes in and it's like, oh, and it might stop me, and then it's like a piece of sculpture. And I want to
Mhm.
walk around it and look at the idea from different ideas, read comments, what other people thought. Um, and like you said, like in the morning, if you get yourself calm and quiet, the words come and you have an
Yeah,
idea.
they come, you know. They I think maybe it's the, as I said, it's silence, it's your, it's my soul, it's your soul, you know, it's the fact that you, when you are silent, and when you are in silence, you feel, I feel that I am in silence, you know. So of course when you are in that state, so ideas just flow. You get downloads, you know, this happens to me just last Saturday, by the way, not Saturday, Friday. Yeah, well, it's actually Saturday, because normally I was so busy, I said maybe I'm not going to post tomorrow, I mean the following day, that was Saturday. And I said, well, but I'm going to get up very early tomorrow and see if, you know, because when I post every single day, I actually need a break. So I said, I have no idea. I said, I'm not going to post because I have no idea, you know, for my post. And especially for Saturdays, I always try to, post something a bit lighthearted, interesting, but lighthearted. So I said, well, I wrote about nature, I wrote about dancing, I wrote about rain. So now I have no ideas. But then in the morning, I said, well, I'm going to get up early, you know, and see, you know, if I get any inspiration. So I got up, you know, it's my ritual, the same ritual every morning. And then, believe me, suddenly I had a question. You say, the question came to mind, it's out of the blue, said, if trees could communicate, what message? It just, you know, I was really shocked, you know, believe me. I said, wow, oh, how amazing. It has never occurred to me to ask such a question. It was a great inspiration. And then, you know, then I just kept writing and writing and writing. It's really amazing. You know, sometimes just ideas just flow, you know, when you are in the flow, you
Right.
know.
And it's so fun, isn't it? And
Yeah, just,
there's also this joyful curiosity. I wonder what idea will come up today.
yeah, yeah,
And
you keep thinking about it. Yeah,
right. And see, and I know people have like writer's block and things, but if I just think, well, I wonder, you know, and then boom, everything that opens the door, and it could be all kinds of things. Let's see.
yeah,
Someone says, Donna Luisa says she seeks out your posts, and she said there's times that it's hard to comment because of the time she has, but the words provoke thinking. Oh, and so your words stay with her, and connecting, and that the conversation is inspiring. And here's the thing, the also thing about words. If I don't see your post the day you post it, maybe I see it 2 days later.
yeah,
The words are still there.
there, yeah,
The
absolutely.
ideas are still there. 10 years from now, depending on the form of the words,
Yeah,
you know, the internet, electricity, whatever is existing, but the words will be there to inspire people 10 years from now,
yeah,
20 years from now.
mm-hmm.
And it's important, I think, uh, to have conversation like this.
Yeah, yeah,
It's really nice. And the video will allow for people who were not here today to hear about your process and your writing, and uh, how you allow the words to flow. And but I'm thinking we have books that are many hundreds of years old, thousands of years old,
yeah,
and then I'm thinking about, I don't know what they have in Morocco, but my brother's recently been in Egypt, and I was there a long time ago, but they have stories carved into stone.
yes, in stones, yeah,
So there's a way that words and ideas totally transcend the span of a human life.
absolutely.
And I had another quick question for you. Do you, uh, when I was traveling, I was in Italy for 6 or 7 months, and I lost my
Mhm.
passport, and I had to go and get that in Florence, and I stayed with friends who were from America. And when I walked into their apartment, they were like, "Oh, it's so great to see you," and we started talking, and I was like, "This is so weird. These people are thinking in English." The whole energy was different because I had been learning Italian. I'd been trying to talk in Italian. Everything I heard was Italian, and I was living with Italian people, and so when they were thinking about things, they were thinking in Italian. And when I got with these my people who were from America, and they were thinking in English, and American English besides, it was a very different energetic experience.
Yeah.
So do you write in English first, or do you do you have another language that is your native language, and do you translate, or do you write at all in that?
I always write in English. I don't write in no.
Oh, that is so fascinating.
Yeah, I write in English. I cannot really translate. Well, I could, but I'm used to writing in English. And as I said, I started writing since I've started writing in 2012. So it's a long time ago. So I'm used to that. So I don't think I can think in Arabic and translate. It wouldn't sound like English.
Right, right.
Yeah,
No, translation is an art, and
it is an art.
the pattern and flow of a language leads to saying things a certain way and thinking things a certain way.
Hmm.
And I think it's very, very fascinating. So, what did you post today? I didn't have time to look
I
today.
didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't post today because I was, my mind was really like, I said, well, if I post, I have to, comment and I just wanted to take a break. I just want, and to be honest, I didn't get up early today because I knew
Going
I'm
to be
not
on late tonight.
I knew I was not going to post, so I said I'm going to take a rest. But tomorrow I'm going to post.
Okay.
Tomorrow and Saturday.
So we can look for your words there,
Thank
and we
you.
can share in this ongoing conversation and ideas about. Actually, a lot of times you ask questions that get me to ask questions of myself,
Yeah.
and then asking the questions sort of slows me down. It's when I know what I'm doing and where I'm going, and and it's kind of like in
Mhm.
a speedy thing. But when I say, well, what I wonder what Amina's going to write today. I wonder what my friend Tom is going to put on his video today.
Yeah.
This just changes my energy. And then in that state, I slow down a little bit, and then things pop into my mind. Like when I read your uh, bio on LinkedIn, and it said about how words can
Change things.
induce change, get
Just
us
change.
to change, get
Hmm.
people who read them to change, and they ripple out into the
Yeah,
world.
like a ripple effect. They have the ripple effect. Hmm.
So that is just wonderful. And I want to thank the people who were listening. And if you have questions or comments, you want to get in touch with Amina, you can certainly do that through the comments here and through her LinkedIn page. And I will make sure that the link to her LinkedIn page is easy to find. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I've been honored to be here today with you. And thanks a million for having me. And I really enjoyed the conversation. It was
Oh,
really,
I'm glad.
yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Oh, I'm so happy. And I hope that, people will start to explore words in their lives, ways that they can use words, whether written or spoken,
Yeah.
to open themselves to new ideas and open the people they know to new ideas.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you so much, and I will see you on LinkedIn.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So bye bye.
Take care.
Take care.